Hi Virgo, Jen here. I'm going to go ahead and do your weekly reading for the week of September 8th. Yeah, September 8th through the 14th. I also wanted to announce I am offering personal readings, yes or no question, 444, 3-card spreads like these ones on my channel, 1444, and an in-depth Celtic cross for 2444. All the information you need is linked in the description and also pinned on the comment section. So let's go ahead and see what we have for you for this week, Virgo. Happy birthday if today is your birthday, and happy Virgo season as well. Let's go ahead and dive in and see what the week has for you here. Let's see. You have 6 of Cups, you have 3 of Wands, and you have 7 of Pentacles. So let's see here. Give me 1 second. Okay, so I see a lot of you reflecting. 6 of Cups has to do with nostalgia, but I see you reflecting back on the past. For some of you, you're kind of just replaying memories, past connections, things of that nature. With the 3 of Wands, you're really, it's almost like you're replanning, revamping your life, seeing the direction that it's going, kind of taking stock of what's going on in your life and really evaluating not only yourself but your surroundings, your environment, the people around you. With the 3 of Wands, you know, this is also waiting for results and new opportunities to arrive. So I kind of feel you. I don't see obviously the Hermit, but you are in your Hermit mode. Not too much, because Wands is about passion and energy. It can be very uplifting, but you're kind of just looking back and seeing, you know, where am I going? Where have I come from in my life? Like I said, you're rewinding the tape here. And he's standing on the top of a mountain in solitude. For some of you, you may even be just revisiting your past accomplishments, just really looking at how far you've come and really kind of organizing where you're going to go next. Because you have the 7 of Pentacles coming up, and that's also reflecting on progress and waiting for results. So for some of you, you could have started something that you started in the past and kind of put down and picked it up again right now. And in the future, you're kind of seeing how that pans out, seeing how it takes off, seeing the results of that. For some of you, if this is a career, or if you've been at a job for a long time, you're seeing, does this serve me anymore? Does this even align with me? I just see a lot of reflection, a lot of introspection, and just like, it's a lot of focus on not just your life, your money, your stability, just everything in general, and seeing how you can upgrade that. How can you make it better? For some of you, you're even waiting for a new opportunity to arrive from the past. This is, I don't see any major arcana as of yet. So if this is maybe a job application or an idea that you started, you're waiting for that as well. And then with the 7 of Pentacles here again, you're just reflecting on the progress, and you're just waiting for results. So there's a lot of planning and waiting. That's what I get the energy of for you, Virgo. So let's see. What are you, for the 6 of Pentacles, what is it from the past that you're reflecting on? Is this a job, a person, a situation? Let me get the clarifier for the 6 of Pentacles. Judgment. Okay, so for some of you, this could have been a spiritual awakening that occurred in the past, and you're just kind of adding to that some sort of reckoning. For even, this can even have to do with forgiveness. So for some of you, you are either forgiving yourself, forgiving others. I am getting a strong sense of like something spiritual where you're leaving what no longer serves you behind. You're kind of replaying old memories, old traumas, but it's not in a traumatic way. It's a letting go way. It's a shedding skin. It's forgiveness. Like I said, forgiveness for yourself and forgiveness for others as well, and kind of moving past that. And then once you move past that, you can kind of see, okay, now where do I stand? You know, where am I? on the score, not the scoreboard, but where am I don't know, for some reason I'm getting like a Monopoly game and you're moving like your pieces forward. It's like, okay, I did that work. Now where am I currently at? Like, what's my position now? And with the Judgment card, this has to do with the throat chakra. So I think for some of you, you're communicating your truth. You're being more authentic with yourself. You're calling and answering the truth with a sound. So I do see a lot of even shadow work here with the Six of Cups and the Judgment. Or this can literally just be on a very mundane level, a judgment from the past. For some of you, if it has to do with a court case, this is going in your favor, and now you're able to move forward. Any sort of injustice that occurred in the past, it's allowing you, it's kind of having a resolution, and it allows you to move forward, if that makes any sense. What is Virgo contemplating about? Can I get a clarifier for the Three of Wands? What is it that Virgo's contemplating about here? What is Virgo waiting for results on? Page of Pentacles. Okay, you have a brand new idea now. Now you're starting something new. Now, whatever work you needed to do on yourself, whatever was hindering you from moving forward, now that has gotten settled, either in the recent past. I'm picking up maybe 2 weeks or even 2 months ago. And if it hasn't happened yet, it's going to happen, and it's going to allow you to move forward. What you're waiting on is a new, I think for some of you, you're starting fresh again. For some of you, you could be going back to school. You could be learning something new. But whatever it was something that was holding you back in the past, and it's actually allowing you to move forward. It's really allowing you to put things in action and waiting for those opportunities to really arrive now. I think for some of you, there was a lot of stuck and stagnant energy, a lot of blockages. Some of you could have done some healing work, some shadow work, or even just work in general. I have a feeling like I have some spiritists watching me right now who have identified some things that were not serving them, and that kind of broke that blockage, and now the window is not even the window, the door is just burst open for you, where now you're able to kind of grow on new ideas and really pursue what you really want here. For some of you, you're getting your finances together, or you're going back to school, or you're learning something new, or you're getting your health in order. Seven of Pentacles. What is Virgo reflecting on? What progress is Virgo reflecting on here? Let's see here. Knight of Pentacles. There you are. It's a lot of pentacles. So this really has to do with a lot of, I'm getting the root chakra. So a lot, it's really focused around your stability. You know, there's a lot of focus around that, your stability, where you're going, survival, grounding, things of that nature. And it's like, what grounds me? You know, what is it that I need to feel security, or what is it that I need to feel stability? And, you know, this is kind of redundant to me. It's kind of funny, the Seven of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles, because they're both kind of slow moving. Now this can literally be a person, because court cards are sometimes people. Maybe you're waiting on progress from another earth sign, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. Maybe that's something that you're working on, whether it's a friend, partner, spouse. Maybe that's what you started working on, and now you're kind of waiting on progress for that. If it has to do with work, this is a seed that you planted a long time ago. And even though you're watching it, Virgo, you know that it's going to take time, because the Knight of Pentacles is almost the slowest moving knight in the deck. But he's very meticulous, and you should know that, being a Virgo. He's very meticulous. If he goes any faster than this, he's going to drop his pentacles. So you know that slow and steady is going to win the race. But I do see for some of you, there's a bit of anxiety to kind of check in, peek in, see how it's going. I don't know, that's for some of you, where you're putting in the work and you know it's going to take time, because that's the seed that you're planting. But you also have a little bit of anxiety regarding that as well. You're kind of just maybe just waiting around for results, or just, you know, peeking in from time to time to see how it's going, or making a phone call and checking on the status, or That's kind of what I'm getting. Like you're checking on something, like you know it's going to be a while, whatever that is, but you're still checking on it for some reason. I don't know. It's like you know it's going to be a while, but don't worry, it's going to come. Like you're putting in the work for this. You have put in the work, and whatever blockages were there, you've actually tore those down. So everything's gonna be all right. Don't be so much in your head. But let's get the energy of the Six of Cups and the Judgment card. Two of Pentacles. Yeah, this was something that you were kind of balancing with, something that you had to kind of maintain balance and kind of stay flexible with in the recent past. This was something that you were waiting for, and it was kind of creating a sense of instability. I'm also getting like your nervous system was just unbalanced. Whatever this was, it was worrying you. Or maybe it still is worrying you, but that it's definitely going to work in your favor. But it was definitely causing some sort of like issues to your equilibrium. Like it wasn't allowing you to really balance. And that's kind of the overall, whatever it is, whether it is a court issue or blockages or shadow work or whatever the situation, was definitely causing some sort of instability. Let's see here. Let me get an overall energy for the Three of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. And so far the Judgment is the only major arcana here. So if anything, something's going to work in your favor or a breakthrough this week. But it's really going to allow you to propel forward if it hasn't happened yet. But let's see. Oh, Ace of Cups. Yeah, your heart is open again. Your heart is open again. Whatever it was that was causing some sort of blockage that just wasn't allowing you to push forward, your heart is open again. That Ace of Cups is the beginning of emotional fulfillment. It's either new relationships, a spiritual insight, or just an overflowing feeling of like fresh emotional starts. That's the energy, and that's what I picked up initially. It's like finally I get to move forward. Whatever this was that was causing this instability in my life, my nervous system to be out of whack, it's finally over. You did some sort of work or reflection regarding it. So let's see what you're waiting on. What's kind of like you're anxious about it, not in a bad way. Oh, that one jumped out. Let's see. Ten of Swords. Are you worried that it's not going to work out? There you go again. You did all this work and now you're back in your head again with the Ten of Swords. Or maybe you could just be reflecting. You know, you could just be reflecting on the new beginnings. I think it's been, you know, sometimes we get PTSD and sometimes we wait for the other shoe to drop. When we've done the work, we think those things are going to come back. And that's definitely what I'm getting. That's probably where the anxiety is coming from, where you finally feel like things are gonna go well. The result of that hasn't shown yet, but you are already in your head worrying about if it's gonna go wrong. And this is gonna self-sabotage you, okay? Because I think there's nothing that indicates that things are wrong, but because you're so used to living in a fight or flight response, your nervous system has been so out of whack for so long that now when you're supposed to kind of calm down and kind of lean into that energy of everything's okay, you can't, because you've been so used to being on edge for so long. And that's what's causing that anxiety. And you know it's going to be a while, okay? You know it's going to be a while. You know, it's not even that you convince yourself. Realistically, you know it's going to be a while. But you're still worried that you're going to hit rock bottom again. You know, that worry. And it'll take a while with anything. This doesn't have to be spiritual. It can be with just any sort of breakthrough that you've been dealing with for so long. Once it's finally rationalized and kind of come to an end, that fear kind of still lingers, right? That residual energy, and that's what I'm picking up. So I'm gonna go ahead. I just want to tell you there's nothing to worry about. Swords has to do with like your thoughts, that mental anguish. But with the Ten of Swords, it's definitely as bad as it's gonna get. Okay, it's as bad as it's gonna get. Like it's only up from here. So let's go ahead and close this out with an angels and ancestors message. there you go. Air guardian, shift your perception. Exactly what I said. Shift your perception. Shift your perception. Let's go ahead and read from the book. And I know it's hard to stay out your head because you're very practical. You never want to be caught off guard with anything. But I think this time you've really done the work. And I think it's really all in your head. Let's see. Air Guardian. Where are you, Air Guardian? Let's see. Air Guardian. That's not one that I get often. Okay, so here we go. Air Guardian. When this card arises, it's an opportunity to learn about your way of thinking. You are being guided to recognize that not all you see is exactly the way you see it. This is so funny. Sometimes the mind can play games, and sometimes our perceptions can be wrong. If you are being challenged or feel that there's a lack of clarity and direction in your life at the moment, there's a good chance the way you're thinking or what you're focusing on has a lot to do with that reality. You are being guided to open your eyes and your mind and go beyond any limits you have set for yourself. Recognize that the way you see the world is how you will experience the world. And opportunities are moving in your direction, but they will only open up for you if you are ready to do the internal work to support them. That's what I said. Don't self-sabotage. You did the work, okay? So if any of these messages resonate, if you want a personal reading, information is linked in the comment section. And if this is where I leave you, Virgo, take care.